Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I'm stressed out a little bit with gaming because I think I've said it before how I want to get back into older video games, and I did. Today I got me an Xbox 360. Maybe 2, 3 weeks ago, I got my PlayStation 3 back from my sister. Got me a gang of video games. I got Jet Li Rise to Honor, Into the Matrix, NBA Baller, Tony Hawk Project 8, I think that's what that game was called, and Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero. And on the Xbox 360, I got this fighting game called Stranglehold, and I got Need for Speed Most Wanted. That's gonna be coming in here soon. So yeah. With the Xbox, it seems a lot easier than the PlayStation, but the Xbox does have its issues. I overall got it, so I could just go back and play some older games, but it just seems like it's mad slow. Like I don't remember the Xbox 360s being as slow as it is. I guess they probably did come out with the thing is like I would really hate to think that Microsoft came out with updates to purposely slow down the Xbox 360s so people would, jump up and get the Xbox Ones, which I did, but the thing was that I didn't know that gaming was going to become what it is today. And I really hate the idea of having to jump back out, go, buy an Xbox 360 when it's like you guys are making the technology going out. But no, the thing is this, going out, buying an Xbox 360, and then I ain't have to buy the PlayStation 3, thank God. But it's like if it wasn't for my sister keeping it, I probably would have had to go out and buy me a PlayStation 3. But the thing is like I gotta go out, get all these things when you guys are making literally billions of dollars where you can come up with the technology to have it where I don't have to even go out and buy these consoles no more. I can just go and get the games and just play the games off of the console. I'm saying it's like you have to understand that there are going to be people out there that would want to do that, so why not just add it? And I feel like that a lot of these companies today know that they wouldn't make no money off of their newer games. So let's just have it where these newer games that come out, or these newer consoles that come out, can't run the older games, because we know that the older games are gonna be I guarantee and I promise you, if PlayStation and Xbox, if they had it set up where you can play all of the OG Xbox games, all of the OG Xbox 360 games, and play it like on the Xbox Series X or S, whatever your preferred console is, I guarantee and I promise you there would be a lot of games today that would not be have reaching its sales numbers that they are reaching and stuff. The same with PlayStation. If PlayStation were to release all the PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games, PlayStation 4 and 5 games wouldn't sell like how they should be selling and things. But the thing is this though. You gotta ask that question, why do you think that your games don't really do as good as the games that came out back then? Like, you gotta look at EA and be like, why doesn't Need for Speed Unbound sell like Need for Speed Most Wanted? You gotta look at 2K and be like, why don't your guys' games sell like NBA Street Volume 2 and NBA Baller? Why is it that you got people out there that are willing to go through that process of getting these old games just so they can play them all over again rather than playing the new games? I'm saying like that's something where I remember when people were trying to argue with me about Destiny 2 being better than Destiny 1, and I'm like, fam, then why are people still playing that game? If Destiny 1 was all that bad, people wouldn't be playing it. People would be playing Destiny 2. But why is it that I said that I like Destiny 1 over Destiny 2, and so many other people like Destiny 1 over Destiny 2? I don't care if I gotta play that game on controller. I would love to play that game with a mouse and keyboard. But my thing is this. If I want to have fun with a game, I don't mind playing it on controller. So my thing is like, that shows a lot right there where you guys need to really take it in consideration on re-releasing old games. I feel like it's too late now. I done got me an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3. It just would be messed up if they were to, take the idea that I said where they should come out with like a store where it sells, like more so like the online store where they just sold like a bunch of different old games. But I just know that, like for an example, because Activision was the company that was releasing the Tony Hawk games. And I know that they're not going to re-release those Tony Hawk games because they know at the end of the day, them Tony Hawk games are going to sell a lot more than Call of Duty. I guarantee and I promise you, if they were to put out Tony Hawk Underground 1 and 2, Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, and this Project 8 game, and they were to remaster them, they was like, oh, the Tony Hawk collection, play all 4 of these games for $59.99, I guarantee and I promise you, nobody will be playing Call of Duty right now. Call of Duty will reach an all-time low of players. Yeah, you might have like those streamers that play Call of Duty on a regular basis where they still are playing Call of Duty and they didn't grow up like myself playing the Tony Hawk games. But if I had the choice on another Call of Duty or a Tony Hawk collection to come out this year or next year, you best believe I'm gonna be voting for the Tony Hawk collection. And I'm willing to put money on it. If you ask all gamers, what games would you rather play? The Tony Hawk games that we grew up playing, or the new Call of Duty game where it has a season pass and all this other crap, and you gotta keep continuously paying for a season pass and keep continuously playing the game just to have an ounce, not full maximum amount of fun, an ounce of fun, bro. My thing is this, I've said what I need to say about Call of Duty, alright? There ain't nothing fun with just, I can play as this actor, or I can play as this actress, or I can play as this singer, or I can play as this rapper, or I can play as, and there's no disrespect to anybody that's ever had any sort of deal with Call of Duty, but my thing is this, it's like, I'm trying to play a game. I'm not trying to be a part of a marketing campaign. And I feel like that's what a lot of these games are nowadays. It's like you're not even paying for a video game. You're just paying for a title. You're just paying for the title, and it's like, oh, well, whatever they add. I guarantee and I promise you, we're going to see a day where Call of Duty is not even Call of Duty. It's like, what is this game? This ain't the same Call of Duty that I once played. And it's like, what's going to be so crazy about it? I'm going to probably end up playing that Call of Duty just to see what the hype is all about. And I'm going to probably say some stuff along the lines like, I had more fun with that new version of Modern Warfare 2 than I did with this Call of Duty. And that new version of Modern Warfare 2 will probably be the worst Call of Duty that I have ever played in my whole life. Story was alright, but multiplayer, Warzone, and the co-op mode, all modes is broken. After a while, it just got boring. So I'm saying, it's like, and then with these games back then, I'm like, bro, I already know. And so, you know what? The thing is this, all right? Because I did, want to kind of transition into talking about these consoles because I did want to talk on the PlayStation 3 and Sony and stuff and talk on an interaction that I had with Amazon. Amazon thought that I was calling them now, but I was like, no, it ain't on you guys. It's on Sony, coming out with consoles that don't work all the way, and it's like, and I think that that's so messed up where it's like, so I ended up getting my PlayStation 3 back from my sister. I go to this retro game store and I buy 5 games. I buy Jet Li Rise to Iron. I don't know why I keep saying Rise to Iron. I think that's because of that Destiny DLC. Rise to Honor, Enter the Matrix, NBA Baller, Tony Hawk Project 8, and Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero. I grew up playing all 5 of those games, and I put hours, bro. Jet Li Rise to Honor. I only had played the demo of that game, but I had played that demo more than I played like actual full games and stuff. The Enter the Matrix game, I remember my uncle giving me that game, and I was like, this is without doubt the greatest Matrix game of all time. Like, it's a lot better than that Matrix demo that they came out with, like a few years ago. And then the next game, NBA Ballers, I'm like, yeah, you can't go wrong with the retro basketball game. I feel like the retro basketball games that we grew up playing is so much better than the games that the basketball games that's coming out today. I feel like the last good basketball game would probably be NBA NBA Live 19. The mechanics was good. Everything was good about that game because it was like, it wasn't on some silly stuff where it's like, oh, if your character is a 60 overall rating, then he's not going to be good. He's going to be missing shots and all these other things. I'm like, I'm not trying to have no video game. I'm playing a video game. I'm not trying to play a basketball simulation. All right. I think you guys are forgetting that there are gamers that are buying these games. All right. Not basketball players. My thing is this. If that was the case, I will go up to Walmart, buy a $5-10 basketball or however much a basketball costs, and go find me a basketball court, and I will either watch YouTube tutorials or talk to basketball coaches on how to play basketball. But if not that, and I just want to get me a $60-70 game, my thing is this. If I'm paying $70 for a video game, I want my experience. I don't want the experience that you guys are providing to me. If I'm paying $70 for a product, I expect to get a product that I can enjoy, not a product that I'm going to turn back in after a week or two of playing it, alright? But my thing is with NBA Ballers, I think that was another game where I played the demo, and I was like, yeah, this game is solid. Tony Hawk Project, any classic Tony Hawk skateboarding game, it's always going to be good. I did play a little bit of it, and I was like, wow, this is what this is what I've been needing for years now when it comes to gaming. And then Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero, I was like, that was the first video game that I ever got on the PlayStation 2, and one of the first few racing games I ever played in my whole life. And I was like, yeah, that game, you can't go wrong with that game. I saw that game and I was like, no, I have to get it. I don't care if I was like, when I went up to that retro game store, I was like, if there's any game that I'm gonna leave with in this store, it's gonna be this racing game. Obviously pay for it, you know, but yeah, I was all like, nah, bro, I gotta go and I gotta get that game and stuff. And I'm like, why aren't games like that coming out today? Why is it that we gotta find and there's no disrespect to these retro game stores. And matter of fact, shout out to these retro game stores for selling these games, because if it wasn't for you guys, I feel like there would be a part of video game history that would just be gone. And it's only there in memory. No, these retro games should not be here in memory. They should be here permanently. And it's messed up where it's like you got going to all out and about trying to find these stores where literally you guys are making enough money to come out with the technology to re-release those games, buy the copyrights, whatever it is that you need to buy, and just re-release them. But it's like you guys want to be on some silly stuff where you want to keep pushing out these new games that nobody's enjoying. Like literally the last new game that came out that is solid is Power World. And I'm like, and people are trying to burn that game down. And I'm like, nah, bruh. All the games I played in these past few years where they all have been crap, Power World has to be the best game that came out in years. I don't care if it resembles Pokemon. My thing is this. If Pokemon were such good games, we wouldn't have to look at to games like Power World. So that's why I'm like, anybody that want to trash talk Power World, I'm like, yeah, you play some of the games I play. Try playing a game where the game want to constantly crash on you, or a game that wants to keep constantly having you buy season passes, or a game that wants to charge you $70 something, and then let's not even include the bundles that be costing over $100. Yeah, let's talk on it and play some of those games. Keep buying those games year after year after year, and then all of a sudden a new game comes out. I get to play it for free, thank God. But I'm saying, if not that, I would have only had to pay $30 for it, and y'all are trying to trash this game. Anybody that talks crap about Power World, I'm like, yeah, I honestly already know what kind of gamer you are and things, and it's one of those things where I'm like, nah, bro, I cannot enjoy video games with you. I can't even have no conversation about video games with you. So that's why I'm like, I'm not trying to hear nobody that got any bad things to say about it. Matter of fact, I was debating on what game I wanted to play, and I'm like, I'm going to play Power World. That's the one game that I'm going to play and have fun with. Anything else, I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't even trying to hear it. But yeah, it confuses the life out of me where gaming is at right now. Oh, and then that's what I wanted to talk on with PlayStation. And I think after that, I'm just going to go ahead and end this episode. But anyways, so PlayStation 3, for some reason, has the most backward setup when it comes to recording videos. Now, Xbox 360, because that was the first console that I got for when I had got my, or had when I had very first got my Elgato capture card. And yeah, you know, the capture card, it allows you to record videos a lot easier compared to how I was doing them, where I was having to hold up an iPod Touch or set up my iPad in an angle, and then I'm able to record gaming videos. Yeah, bruh, people don't be wanting to see no gaming videos like that. They want to see a gaming video where it's recorded off of a capture card and there ain't no issues about it and stuff. So anyways, PlayStation, for some reason, got their setup to where you can't even record gaming videos properly. You gotta go out and get an HDMI splitter. And then the thing is this, there's so many different types of HDMI splitters to the point where I'm like, bro, this is overwhelming. Why can't Sony just have it where it's like you just re-release the games, or have it where I'm saying PlayStation 5, I feel like that has technology in it where I can play these old games. I'm saying my thing is this, even if you gotta release some app where it has like some AI type technology where it can recognize a PlayStation 2 or 3 game, PlayStation 1, 2, or 3 game, and then I could just sit down and play in it, rather than I had to like ask my sister. I go and get the PlayStation 3, and everything was perfectly fine with the PlayStation 3, it's still intact. And but no, the thing is this, it would be so much easier because, for one, PlayStation 3s, the controllers don't have like like an analog, or not analog, but like a 3.5 millimeter audio jack. I was like, I don't know why I was like trying to like figure out what it was and things, but I don't have that. So it's like a lot of the times like you just playing the game on mute. I'm not trying to have that. Why not just have it where you could just play these games on the PlayStation 5? What's preventing you guys from doing that? My thing is like, you guys, and then they're talking about, oh, we're coming out with a PlayStation 5 Pro. Is it going to be able to play retro games? Because if not, there is no reason to be re-release the PlayStation 5s and just slap Pro on it. Oh, the frame rate is slightly better. Or now you have more memory. Now you have, like, my thing is this, all right? If I want the quality to be slightly better to my games, I'm getting a better screen. If I want more memory on my PlayStation, that's why they have like hard drives and stuff, and I can just plug that up in it. But I'm trying to find something new. I'm trying to find something where I'm like, oh, this is worth buying. This is worth putting my attention to. But I guarantee and I promise you, unless that PlayStation, my thing is this, if that PlayStation 5 Pro can't play no retro games, there's no reason of buying it. Same if Xbox, if they decide, oh, we're releasing an Xbox Series X Pro, if that thing can't play old retro games, I mean buying the disc and putting the disc in the console and actually being able to sit down and play it, no issues about it, there's no reason to buy them new consoles. So I'm like, Sony and Microsoft, I really never had no issues with my PlayStation 5 or my Xbox Series X, but until you guys actually do something productive with these consoles, there's no reason to go out and buy another console. There's not. And I'm like, and if you guys are thinking about coming out with another Xbox Series X2, or PlayStation 6, that console better be able to play old retro games, because if not, there's no reason to buy these consoles. I'm saying it just don't even make sense to me, where it's like we keep continuously buying these 2 consoles deep. And you mean to tell me with the PlayStation 4 and 5 and the Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, you mean to tell me that not with both of those consoles you couldn't play no retro games unless it's on some cloud play or a backwards compatible thing? I can't just put the game in and just start playing it. That's weird, bro. So that's why I'm like, nah, man, you guys gonna have to change that up. So anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like and subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube, and peace.